It's Tracey and Noelle. They're gonna make you LOL on 90 Day Fiance Trash Talk.
Hello and welcome to 90 Day Fiance Trash Talk. This is episode 124. I'm your host, comedian Tracey Carnazzo, joined by my co-host, Noelle Herzog.
That's me, Tracey.
Hello, Noelle. We're here to talk about Happily Ever After season 6, episode 7. What a beautiful week this is. This was a not bad episode.
It wasn't, you're right. I've noticed something.
Tell
you're
me.
Always right. But
Yeah,
this
Abby.
is, every episode has a theme.
Yes.
And it's like, 1 week everybody's hiding something.
Yes.
This week everybody was mad about something.
Yes.
You're right.
Yes. I have a deep secret.
Yes.
Sometimes I don't put the dishes right in the dishwasher. And it's like, come on.
You're right, though, because I was like, oh, okay, so this week everyone's going to be mad about something. Okay,
Yes.
so that's this week, right? Next week, everybody's going to want to have sex with each other or
Yes,
whatever.
there's a storyline. There's always a
Yeah.
storyline, and it's always that every couple kind of follows the same storyline. Even if they don't have the same story, they kind of will manipulate the footage to make it look like they have the same
That's
story.
what I was wondering. Like, they kind of choppy.
Right, or they give the same prompts to the couples.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I had this epiphanical watching this.
Oh, wow, okay.
An epiphanical.
I'm very proud of you. And I just want to tell our listeners, we absolutely love you all. And we have a new podcast called Catfish Trash Talk. And as always, we have Teen Mom Trash Talk. But if you want more than that, even, you can go over to Patreon at patreon.com/trash talk podcast for over 200 bonus episodes. We have an amazing podcast that we have right now. I think we have like 163 episodes. It's called BS, and it's a free form podcast with Noelle and I. It's a comedy podcast. It's a food podcast. It's a lifestyle podcast.
It's an everything podcast.
It's an everything podcast.
It's a TCBY podcast.
Basically, it's a frozen yogurt podcast. And if you guys are interested in any of those things, or Noelle and I, we tell stories from our lives, and it's absolutely amazing. Go over to patreon.com/trash talk podcast for that. And just to let you guys know, we have stickers for sale. We have magnets for sale. Go over to traceycarnazzo.com for all of my upcoming tour dates. And make sure, more importantly, you follow us all on social media, because that's where you're going to get the most information. I'm at Trixie Tuzini on Instagram, Twitter, and Stereo. And Noelle is at Noe Girl. Noe Bear. Sorry, just kidding.
Noe Girl.
Noe Girl?
I'm Noe Girl.
Okay. Sorry. I forgot you dropped the bear. Yeah.
No, I'm Noe. Yeah, I'm. Oh my God. I don't know.
You're
what I
Noe
am.
Girl. You dropped the bear.
I am. I dropped the bear. Right. I dropped the underscore. I dropped the bear. Now I'm just Noe Girl.
So go over to check out Noe Girl and check out 90 Day Podcast on Instagram and Twitter. And let's jump right into it with Mike and Natalie. This is my favorite couple. This is my favorite. Noelle, I know that this entire couple makes you very uncomfortable.
Yes.
It makes me so comfortable.
I don't mind watching them. Trish aggravates me, but Natalie makes me giggle because she's so passive aggressive.
She's so passive aggressive, and she's so off.
Yeah, she's off kilter. There's a
She's
problem
off, but
there.
also Trish is passive aggressive. So
Yes.
We open up the scene with Natalie doing some wood exercises.
She's working out with the wood.
But see, the thing is, she always has to have the undertone of, I'm better than you. I'm in better shape than you. I eat
Yes.
better than you.
Right. I eat better than you. My lifestyle is healthier
She's
than yours.
always kind of like fat shaming everyone around her.
That's true.
And that's kind of who she is. And I don't love that.
No, I hate that because it makes people feel shitty.
Well, Mike is teaching her how to make a wood pile. Mike is so condescending.
That's what I mean. I don't understand.
He's so arrogant about wood.
He's arrogant about everything. I was just thinking.
He's woodrogant.
Ooh, good one, Tracey.
Thank
See,
you.
you're very good with wordplay.
Yeah, no, that's a real word that I just made up.
Oh, okay, like epiphanical. Okay.
Yes.
How is there not snakes hiding in this wood?
I think it's pretty cold.
I don't know. My mother's mother-in-law lived in Oklahoma, and she got bit by snakes a lot. This was like
she should have stayed inside though.
Yeah, they were like attracted to her. She walked out of her door one day and got bit by a snake.
Walked out of her door, it just jumped at her
Easy
like
breezy,
a squirrel.
beautiful cover girl. Yes,
Just snake bite.
yes.
Boom, snake bite.
Bite.
She should have used an umbrella or something.
For what?
I don't know. The snakes are just
Stab
jumping
it?
at her.
I guess she was dodging snakes.
Where did she
everywhere
get? Where did
went.
she get bit? In the face or in the
her
ankle?
like her leg.
All right. Honestly, though, after the first time you get bit on the ankle by a snake walking out of your house, wear some boots.
Also, get a new house.
Yeah, I don't know. This
Right.
seems like
Walk out with like wet boots or something.
yeah. This
whatever
seems
those
like
are
a
called.
her problem. Just throwing that out there. So Trish is like, this usually isn't my job or something. And Natalie asks a very good question.
Right. Like, whose job is it?
She's like, listen, I don't mean to be nasty, but like, if it isn't your job, who usually does this? And she's like, oh, I usually do it in little increments. Like, she's so nasty, Trish.
She is. Right. She's purposely trying to piss Natalie off, but without Mike noticing.
Right.
Yeah.
But they're both conspiracizing.
Yeah.
Did you like that?
Okay.
That was a good word that I made up.
A lot
too.
of good word, a lot of sizzle words today.
There's a lot of sizzle. They're both conspiracizing against I don't know why more people don't have me on their intellectual podcasts.
I don't know. Your vocabulary says it all.
Yes, my vocabularizing is very good today. But so she wants her to be a wood stacker and an interpreter at the same time.
But I like that. She's like, first you want me to be an interpreter, now a wood stacker. Like, what's next?
All right. Well, what's next is they go into the kitchen.
Yes.
And Natalie has asked very simply for parsley.
Right.
So instead they give her a parsnip.
Right. Well, okay. So they got her celery root instead because they thought she said a parsnip.
No, I think that they thought they got her a parsnip because they thought she wanted celery root, maybe? Is that what she wanted?
No, she wanted parsley.
Oh, okay.
So she wanted parsley.
She wanted parsley. That's all she wanted.
They thought she wanted a parsnip,
Oh,
but
so
I
they got her
guess
celery root.
they got her celery root. And she
Right.
was like, what the hell is this? What
But
is wrong with everyone?
even the reaction from
Right.
her
It was
about
mean.
like she's nasty.
Yeah, she was nasty. It was kind of like there she was talking down to him, like, what's wrong with you?
Yes. So now Trisha's roommate Ron is gonna be there.
Who is that?
What?
That's Mike's new dad? Like, who is this?
Papa Ron?
I didn't even know he existed.
Okay, also, are they roommates or is this like when your aunt and aunt were roommates?
Oh, my aunt and aunt were roommates my whole life. And I was calling her Aunt Doris. And it turns out.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah, no, you're right. Maybe that's a thing.
I don't know. I mean, why aren't we? She has a roommate in Oklahoma?
Maybe he just doesn't want to be on the show. I don't know. But then he is
But
on,
he's
the,
on
show.
the show.
Right. I don't know.
Are we just, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Or did we hire someone from Central Casting?
That's always the way it is usually.
For
like
someone
maybe this is Janelle's friend from
right?
casting.
For someone to break up the monotony.
Ooh, see, that's a good word.
Thank you so much.
That's a good one.
Well, Natalie's making some borscht and
Yuck.
she's cooking. And
Mhm.
she said that there's too many people in the kitchen. She asked Mike to please leave. She's nasty, nasty, nasty.
Yeah, but she's telling him, listen, I know we have listeners that don't like these words, but don't touch my P word while I'm cooking.
She says, don't touch I think she said tits and ass.
Okay, in my mind, she said the P word, but like maybe
Okay.
that's not real.
No, that's definitely not. And she keeps saying it over and over because she wants a reaction
Yeah.
from Trish.
Yes, right. She's trying to be like vulgar to bother.
Yes.
Trish.
She
I
said
mean,
it's
Trish.
dirty. It's dirty. And she's telling Trish she doesn't like it. And Trish is like, so celery.
Right. Trish is not interested.
And then Mike is laughing like a crazy person about grabbing her.
Yeah, it's very creepy. It's creepy uncle.
Yes.
Yeah. It's
There's
weird.
something wrong with Mike. I
Mhm.
don't know if so he gets very childish and weird around his mom.
Yes. Like he's trying to show off.
Yes, he's showing
Mhm.
off. I think he's also maybe a bit of an alcoholic.
I mean, listen, I think that they want us to think a lot of people on the show
Okay,
are alcoholics.
To be honest with you, I hope he's an alcoholic. I hope that's not his personality.
Oh, see, that's the thing. I think this is his
Ooh.
personality.
See,
Like, I
that's
think
even worse.
Jovi's an alcoholic.
Right.
I don't think Mike is. I think Mike is a weirdo
Ugh, that's even worse.
because Natalie's a weirdo.
Yeah, they're not all three of them are not
Yes.
well.
Yeah, Ron is the best.
Ron's like, what is going on here? So now all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Natalie's like, Trish called me a hooker.
But why didn't we see what happened?
Because maybe she didn't.
Right. So like, do you think she was saying like, I don't know. I was trying to think like what rhymes with hooker. And I'm like, maybe she misunderstood her.
I don't know.
I couldn't come up with anything. Cooker, looker. You're
maybe
a looker, Natalie.
Maybe she said she's a cooker. Wow, what a good cooker.
Uh-huh.
She's like,
You
oh, you
never
want to call me
know.
a hooker?
Uh-huh.
So now it's Thanksgiving. Mike's like, listen, my mom didn't call you that. But why doesn't Mike say like, hey, mom, come over here. Did you call Natalie a hooker?
Because he doesn't believe anything Natalie says. He thinks she's a crazy person.
This is what I'm saying. Like, he absolutely makes her crazier.
This is why she acts crazy, because he
Yes.
makes her crazy. This is the circle of every toxic relationship we've all been in.
Yes.
This is how it goes. Mhm.
Yes. So now she's setting the borscht on the table.
Right. Very ahead of time.
Yes. And now I have something written down here that I don't know what it says.
What is it?
This is what. Okay. She sets the borscht down on the table, and this
Yeah.
is definitely shade from the producers.
Why?
So she sets it down on the table like a crazy person.
Yes. Uh-huh.
And then they pan over to the cuckoo clock going, cuckoo, cuckoo.
I didn't even put two and two together. I
Yes.
just thought it meant like time for dinner.
Yeah,
Cuckoo,
time for
cuckoo.
crazy.
Oh, that's very funny. I like
I know. So now Ron appears out of his basement.
that. Dungeon. Uh-huh.
And now Trish is at the sink. She's like, hey, she's making the gravy. So she had a slurry in the gravy in a cup.
Uh-huh.
And she's like, hey, can you rinse the cup? Now Natalie rinses the cup and then
gives
hands it back to
her.
Trish, because that's
Yeah.
what, if you asked me to rinse out something for you, I would hand it back to you.
Right, because she didn't say, can you rinse this out and put it
Put it in the
in
sink.
the sink? No.
She hands it back to her, and Trish is the nastiest thing, and then laughs at Natalie
Yes.
like a
Mhm.
mean witch.
Yeah, that was me. Like, haha, you're a moron. You
And
know?
then Natalie laughs back at her like a crazy person.
she goes, this is incredible.
Right? Now Trish can't understand the word borscht. Cannot for the life of her.
Right. But and it's also like, do you have to even understand it?
Soup.
This
It's
is it.
soup, Trish. It's soup.
Yeah, it's
you like
soup.
soup? You like
Right.
soup? You watched her make it. It's beets. You like soup?
Mm-hmm.
Stop. Oh my God. So
She's
they got
mean.
Yeah, she's really mean. They got married on April 15th, and now this is November. So
Right.
Ron's just like, wow, you guys were quarantined together. That must have been
Mhm.
really intense.
He seems nice.
He's trying to break the
Yeah.
like
Because
this
he
is,
knows it's awkward.
He's like, these are three crazy people. I just want my borscht. You know what Trish reminds me of?
What?
Do you remember? I think it was in the 80s. There was that commercial, Where's the Beef? Where's the
Oh.
beef? And it was like a crazy lady that screamed, Where's the beef?
See, I keep thinking of that, and all I keep thinking about is the stovetop stuffing commercials. I don't know why.
No, the Where's the
Like,
Beef
I don't know
lady
why.
was like an
No, I know
old
that's the
lady.
thing, because I hear it in my mind. I can't see the lady. I think of the lady from Throw Mama from the Train.
No, it was a
when you say
Wendy's
that.
commercial, but it's just the way she talks.
Oh yeah, she's terrible.
Here, look, I think I could play it. This is a Wendy's commercial.
Big fluffy bun. It's a very big fluffy bun.
Hmm.
Where's the beef? Some hamburger place.
Where's the where, she's like, where's the beef?
That
Like,
works.
yeah,
That works.
That's like Trish is like so, I don't know, non-refined.
Trish is not like you or I, because you and I would be playing the game and killing her with kindness.
Yeah, but she's also like not
She's
even
just
like
mean.
she's weird mean though. That's what's throwing me off.
Well, right, because like when Natalie asked her, like, "Oh, why are you collecting these pigs?" and she's like,
Yeah.
"Because that's what I collected."
Right.
Like she doesn't. She's
She has
not like.
no social skills.
Yes. Yeah. But I think that's why Mike is like that.
Oh God.
Mhm.
All right. So now he wants Natalie to confront his mother about the
Right.
hooker
And
comment.
it's like, what? Mm-hmm.
So Trish asked Natalie if she's going to have a baby. And then she says, yeah, you're kind of getting up there. And Natalie ignores her and stares into space. But she ignores her, not like, and then continues the conversation.
Right.
She ignores her hard.
I hate that. I think that's so intrusive. It triggered me because I get that all the time.
Okay.
I hate that.
But I will tell you, Natalie
Yeah.
comes right back from this.
What does she say?
And she's like, You know, I don't think we're having a baby anytime soon because, I think that a baby should have two parents that work
Mhm.
because that's how a baby thrives. And that's the good way to raise the baby. She's like, Trish, you were a single mom. And like, basically look at Mike. That wasn't great.
Right. But also like, oh, well, I have to be an interpreter, remember?
Right.
In order for us to have kids. Because I don't work. I don't pull my weight around the wood.
So then they have like some weird interactions.
Yeah.
The gravy passing is weird.
There's not enough sides at this Thanksgiving table either.
No. What did you see? I mean, I saw the turkey. It was small.
I saw a turkey, gravy, mashed potatoes, and like a
Borscht.
salad and borscht.
My God.
It was the salad. That was probably the shrimp salad she was talking about.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That is not cute.
No, where's the stuffing? Where's the beef?
Where's the beef?
Where's the beef?
Well, let me tell you, Natalie's in this kitchen cooking and she's like, there's too many people here. They're making this big meal. And every single night doesn't have to be like that, especially when you use HelloFresh, because with HelloFresh, you get fresh pre-measured ingredients and mouth-watering seasonal recipes delivered right to your door. You can skip trips to the grocery store and count on HelloFresh to make home cooking easy, fun, and affordable. And that's why it's America's #1 meal kit.
I love HelloFresh. Tracy,
I love
I'm hooked.
HelloFresh too. I made a HelloFresh meal last night.
What did you make?
Okay, let me tell you what I made.
Okay.
So it was called, let's see here, Southwest chicken sausage and rice skillet.
That's like your favorite, I think, HelloFresh meal, right? That's the one that got
Listen,
you hooked.
To be honest with you,
Yeah.
no, I don't even think that. I don't even know. There's so many of them
I
that I like
know.
so much.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like pumped for all of them.
Mm-hmm.
So it has pico de gallo.
Yum.
I never realized how easy it was to make pico de gallo.
It's like a fresh salsa.
Yeah,
Right?
it's
Yeah.
basically like red onions. It is chopped tomatoes,
Right.
lime juice, salt. You could throw some cilantro in there if you want, but like, oh my God, it's so good.
Delicious.
Delicious. And HelloFresh also reminded me how much we love the long green Italian peppers.
We had a whole convo about those peppers.
We did. That's why I
yesterday.
was like, I have to make this dish.
Yes.
It's so good. The best part about HelloFresh is that you don't have to go to the grocery store. There's absolutely no waste. Everything is portioned. It's fantastic. And they give you every ingredient. Oh my God.
They
It's
have the
so
best
good.
seasonings.
They have such good seasonings. And you don't have to think like, what are we making for dinner?
Sure.
You could also get better value. HelloFresh is 28% cheaper than shopping at your local grocery store and 72% cheaper than a restaurant meal without sacrificing the quality.
Awesome.
Noelle, 72% cheaper than a restaurant meal.
No, it's true because the amount of money I spend going out to eat is not worth it.
Noelle, it's 200% better than a restaurant meal.
All the way.
Oh, I love it so much. Well, go to HelloFresh.com/90day12 and use code 90day12 for 12 free meals, including free shipping. So that's HelloFresh.com/90day12 and use code 90day12 for 12 free meals, including free shipping.
Speaking of HelloFresh, I'm going to
Yes.
make that smothered chicken next.
Yeah, you are.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. So speaking of smothered chicken, let's talk about Tiffany and Ronald.
She never smothers her chickens. They're always out. Her shoulders, they're always out.
She's got free chicken. So now we're going back to last week. She's still telling her dad about Ronald.
Yeah, her meth-faced dad.
Oh my God. She's like, yeah, he had like drug possession. Now, this is my favorite part of this entire episode.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, listen, Dad, he got arrested for a lot of things. One of them was drug possession,
Right.
but he explained to me what happened. Okay. It was there was drugs in his friend's jacket.
Yeah.
And then he used his friend's jacket to go out in.
Yeah. Uh-huh. This is how I explained my cigarette addiction to my father.
Right. What'd you say?
I would say that a friend
Yes.
left their cigarettes in my car.
Yes.
They're not mine.
Right. And then she smoked them with my mouth.
She smoked them with my mouth, but then he found like the secret ashtray I had in my room because he
Uh-huh.
smoked in the house. He never would have smelled it in the house.
Right.
And then I was dead meat. And then he made me smoke like a whole pack of cigarettes because he wanted to get me sick. And I
you were
didn't.
like, this is great.
This is the best day of my life. And then he let me smoke after that. So
You know what though? Win-win.
yeah, I listen, I earned that cigarette.
Did your friend leave the secret ashtray in your room by accident?
No. And it was It's so funny. It was like this little tin box. It was Karopi from Sanrio. Like is it
Oh,
the
I know him.
turtle?
It's the frog.
The frog. Okay, that's what it was. And I remember he came outside like swinging it at me. I was like, fuck, I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead right now.
You should have just used your dad's ashtray.
Yeah, I don't listen. What are we smart when we're younger?
No.
But
But, you
I'm
know,
not
I
even
gotta
that
tell you-
smart and I'm older.
How many guys have you dated
A lot.
that have had their friends' cocaine
It's so true.
in their pocket?
It's so true. And it's like, oh, it's not even mine. It's not
You know
even
what?
mine.
You know how many times I've just been like out, maybe at a bar or a club, right?
Mhm.
And someone's like, "Can you hold my cocaine real quick?"
I
had to go to the bathroom.
Which is where you would need your
Which is
cocaine
where
for
you usually bring the
Yeah.
cocaine.
Uh-huh.
But listen, I get it, Ronald. It happens
Yeah.
to the best of us.
Right. I was saying to myself too, like, what drug was in this jacket? I was just so curious.
Well, it wasn't the marijuana for
Yeah,
sure.
it definitely wasn't a marijuana cigarette.
No. So her dad's like, "Why would you lie to me?"
It's like,
And now
what?
he's not sure.
But also, Tiffany is a pathological liar. You're shocked she's lying to you. She didn't know
Okay.
she was pregnant until she peed at 9 months. You know what I mean?
Till
Like,
she peed Daniel out?
yeah.
Noelle. He's not sure. And then all of a sudden, 1 second later, he's absolutely sure he's going to
Yes.
do it for Daniel. And then Tiffany fake cries with 0 tears.
Right. Also, Tiffany's not excited. She's more like, I can't believe he said yes. Now he really has to come
She's
here.
like, come on.
I don't even like this
I thought if
guy.
I told you he had drug possession charges, you wouldn't do it.
I think that's why she told him she wanted him to say no.
I know. And her dad's like, "Listen, I have drug possession charges too. Look at my face in certain lighting."
Hold my jacket.
Hold my jacket, Tiffany. I gotta go.
pee.
So now she goes to an immigration lawyer. Now,
Mhm.
I have a new drinking game for all of our listeners.
Okay.
Take a shot every time someone goes to an immigration lawyer that knows nothing and can't help them.
Okay, but also like take a shot for every time someone's not wearing a mask during COVID on the show. Because
Seriously.
they wear it for 30 seconds and then suddenly they don't have it on.
Okay, well, they did
It's
take
like,
their
you
masks
clean?
off.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, I'm clean.
They took their masks off, and the lawyer, Devin, wasn't wearing a mask. But what I do wish he was wearing is a hat,
I wish he was still wearing a mask too, to be honest.
because something very bad happened to his bangs. He had a bangsident.
He was too young for that. He is too young for bangs like that. His bangs.
What exactly was going on there, and what kind of evil person is cutting his hair?
A bad person for sure. That's like, I don't know who did that to a butcher.
Do you think that he went to like a butcher for his like what happened?
Maybe he went to Trish's butcher, her turkey
I think-
butcher.
I think he did. I felt very sad for his widow's peak. I felt sad for the straight line across. I felt sad for his hairline. At what point are you like, maybe I should shave my head?
Right. Or like maybe, I don't know. What else can you do? Wear a beanie?
Noelle,
No.
even if he just let his hair grow in its natural pattern,
Yes.
it would have been better than whatever happened on his forehead.
No,
There
you're
was-
right. He should just shave his head.
There was a tragedy on his forehead.
A travesty.
I had to pause this and recuperate for hours. That's why it took me so long to watch this.
Because you were really affected.
Also, this man
By
is
this.
made of clay.
Yeah, he is. He's not. They could have done better in the looks department. No offense.
It was very, very
Mhm.
rough to watch. Now, we're going to video chat with Ronald's elbow.
Yeah. Okay. Ronald doesn't want to come to America.
Ronald's high.
Oh, I just think he doesn't want to come to America.
Okay,
He's
cool. but-
purposely sabotaging
yes,
it.
but also he's high.
Oh, I don't know, I just think
100%.
this is who
Listen,
he is.
he was wearing the jacket.
Okay, so I'm sure he was wearing the jacket, but I think he might have been high on the marijuana cigarette. I don't think this was a cocaine-y event.
No,
didn't
no, this
seem
was
that
definitely
way.
not a cocaine, maybe a pilly.
I mean, maybe he was anxious for the meeting.
Yes. Well, he's smoking, he's laying down, he has his eyes closed with party lights on. He won't look at the camera. And then the lawyer says, "Have you ever been arrested?" And he goes, "Yeah, plenty of times, like 5, 6.
Right, but he was
I get
acting
pinched
like
all the time.
he was acting like Trish was there. Like he was
Yes.
showing off. Like, I'm so
Yes.
cool. I got arrested so
I
many
get
times.
pinched and I take it like a man."
Right. I wear my jacket to the precinct, you know?
Oh my God. So he asks why he got arrested.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, yeah, so here's the thing. In South Africa, you get arrested when you drink and drive. Yeah, here too, Ronald. Here too.
Isn't this a thing? Like everywhere you get arrested for this?
He's like, also, I'm a gambling addict. Also, I steal a lot. He's like, I do drugs.
I steal a lot
drink-
of jackets.
He's like, I hold a lot of jackets for friends. He goes, actually, I'm a coat man. I work in the coat room. I work in the coat room at a crack den.
Oh man, I'm a coat check guy
At the crack den.
job at the crack den at the trap house. Oh man.
So he keeps talking. Ronald's being so nasty to Clayface.
Yeah.
He won't say goodbye. He won't say thank you.
No, he does not want to come to America.
He doesn't. And Ronald goes, I'm really confident.
Mm-hmm. Sure you are. But also, this is Tiffany's fault.
Yes.
This is Tiffany's fault. You didn't know him. You're like, oh, it'd be a really good idea to marry him and to have kids with him. And then it's like, I don't want to live in South Africa. So like, why did you do this? You don't want him there. You're not in love with him. This is your own doing.
Yes, she did this. And he says it's in God's hands.
Okay.
You know what? I think it's in your jacket. That's what I think. I don't think it's in
your
God's
vape.
I think it's in your vape. Yeah. So she thinks that he's sabotaging his visa. Oh, you think?
You think, Tiffany? Also, I don't like that she's not clear about things. She was like, what he doesn't know is I'm not going to South Africa. It's like, maybe you should tell him like hard, no, you're not going.
Right. Instead of saying like, Daniel, we'll talk about that tomorrow.
Yes. Right. Right.
Daddy has his smoking jacket on. Don't listen to him.
Oh,
He just got off of work at the
on.
coat check.
That's very funny. Smoking jacket.
Let me tell you. Starting something new can be nerve-wracking. Wouldn't you like to know beforehand whether it was going to work out or not?
Of course.
Credit Karma can give you more confidence before you make your decision.
Okay.
Credit Karma's game-changing technology shows you tailored offers for credit cards, personal loans that you're more likely to be approved for, so you can apply with more confidence. So I got to tell you, I love Credit Karma.
So do I.
I've been using it for years and years.
Okay.
It tells you everything you need to know about your credit.
It's true. I look on Credit Karma all the time. I'm like, is my credit up? Have I gone up any points?
Yeah,
I like
absolutely.
obsessively look at it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love it. I really do.
too.
I get like such a rush when I look at Credit
Too.
Karma.
Mhm.
And I just really like to know that I'm getting the best deals on my credit cards too, because there's so many credit cards with like great rewards.
Yes.
And I want to know that I'm using the credit card that like is best suited for me and my needs.
Absolutely.
So I go to Credit Karma and I see what they recommend for me and I see what I'm going to be approved for from my credit score.
You know, every time I'm on there, I look at it like, I wonder what I could be approved for today.
Yeah, because there's a selection of options and approval odds, and you have the power to make informed decisions.
Mm-hmm.
So you could apply for any credit card with confidence, and you don't have to be like, oh, God, I applied and then I got denied, and it's so upsetting.
Right. And also, when you apply, I think it's an inquiry on your credit.
It is.
You know, like it's not the best for your credit if you keep applying to all different cards.
Well, you can go to creditkarma.com/podcast to learn more and find offers tailored just for you. That's creditkarma.com/podcast. Or you could see your offers on the Credit Karma app.
That's what I use.
Apply with confidence today. Go to creditkarma.com/podcast or the Credit Karma app. Speaking of Credit Karma,
Speaking of Credit Karma,
Angela's paying $25,000 for a facelift that they won't give her.
I mean, I'm so glad that someone's doing this, though.
Okay, but doesn't it? Okay, so Angela and Michael. So she goes to her doctor with her walker.
Right. Uh-huh.
Why are we still doing this?
I mean, maybe she's still in pain.
Okay, but like putting pressure on a walker when I have pain in my breast is like literally the last thing I want to do.
They haven't dropped yet. How long does it take for them to drop?
Noelle, it's been like 4 days.
Right. So I was thinking, I'm like, her chest, it's still all the way up here in her chest. Shouldn't it start?
Noelle,
falling?
it's been like hours since her surgery. Like,
Yeah.
we don't have time to heal yet.
Yeah. Right. So why are you already getting another It's so crazy.
Because she has like listen, she's in California for like a week or two. She's trying to get everything in.
But don't you feel like she's going to lose all this weight? Shouldn't you hold off on all the
Yes.
surgery? Because it's gonna. Yeah. Okay. I thought I was because I don't know much about.
Yes,
plastic
you get
surgery.
these surgeries after you lose weight.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh my God. So now she goes to the doctor. They canceled her surgery because she smokes. And he wants to stop smoking 4 weeks before the surgery because he said she will not and cannot heal.
Right.
Noelle, doesn't this other doctor, don't these other two doctors look like jerks that they did the surgery?
Absolutely. But he says like especially this surgery.
Right,
and
because it's
smoking.
facial.
Right, which I had no idea
Yes.
that was a thing too.
100%. Smoking is very bad for your circulation, and with no circulation, you will not heal.
Well, I remember when I had like so much like my wisdom teeth pulled and stuff, they
Yes.
were adamant about me not smoking because
Well,
they
that's
said I
also-
wouldn't heal.
yes,
Well,
it's-
dry sockets too, but they said I
Lots of
wouldn't
things
heal.
happen.
Yep.
It's just not good. His assistant looks like she is going to fall all the way asleep.
Yeah, she took Ronald's jacket.
She's holding something for a
Yes.
friend.
Yes, she is. She has Ronald's jacket this time.
So he tells her, listen, you're not my patient. In 4
Mhm.
weeks, we could talk. And we're going to give you a nicotine test. And she's like, you're not giving me a nicotine test. And it's like, okay, the thing is,
Right.
we don't have to give you a nicotine test. I'm just not going to do a surgery on you.
Yeah, you know what? Go to someone else then. And I like that he does this. Nobody else has been firm with her.
I know.
firm
And then
enough
he
with
says
her.
something so funny.
What does he say?
He goes, listen, this is your face. My face is good.
And she laughs though.
So she said that she's been in medical all her life and she's never had to sign a waiver. What?
But okay, so you
She also calls it a waiver.
but she's in medical, like being like a home attendant or a nurse, whatever she does. But you're not in medical. You haven't been getting surgeries all your life. Like, why
She's
would you
been
sign
getting-
a waiver?
She's been getting smoking surgeries all her life
But that's what I mean. What would you be signing a waiver for? Just because you work in medical,
because you're a home attendant.
right? I was a home attendant. I never signed a waiver before.
Yeah, but
For
you
about
remember when you were
smoking?
taking care of that one lady and she performed a small surgery on you?
That's right. She gave me a breast reduction. That's right. I forgot. And I had to quit smoking. She
Let
made
me tell
sign the
you,
waiver.
She did a really good job for someone with dementia.
Yeah, you would never even know.
You would never even know that she was just,
She came at me with a spoon and it worked.
oh God. You would never even know that she wasn't a classically trained plastic surgeon.
Classically trained.
She was just a Brooklyn homemaker.
She was. And you know what? She did a really good job. And my boobs, they dropped eventually too.
They dropped. They're right on
It
the
took
floor
some
now.
time.
They're very low. They look great. So now Angela's in the cab. Now, speaking of dropping boobs,
Uh-huh.
her boobs are around her neck.
Yes.
Her nipples are outside and they have to blur them.
Right. Okay. So I was looking and I was like, oh, that's a blur mark. Her nipple is out.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
But nobody tells her.
No one well, I mean, the producers probably are like, can you put your nipples away? And she's like, no. She's like, first I can't quit smoking. Now I got to stop exposing myself to the Uber driver. She's like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to smoke a cigarette about this in a quarantine, in a pandemic. I'm going to take my mask off. I'm going to smoke a cigarette inside of this Uber, even though it is illegal.
Whatever you say this a lot. It makes me laugh. I'm going to smoke a cigarette about this. It really makes me laugh.
That's what Angela
Uh-huh.
does. She smokes a cigarette about everything. So now she calls Michael and she rests the phone on her nipple area. It's a neck, shoulder, nipple combo.
Mm-hmm. I mean, she has the space.
And he doesn't support her.
He's not interested in this. He's very mad about how much all of this costs.
Yes. Okay. So
Yes.
now let's go over to Africa. Michael
Okay.
is eating smashed street yams in the driveway.
Right. He's smashing yams with Aunt Lydia.
And so they have a bucket
yeah.
in the driveway
Uh-huh.
where they're smashing yams with a stick.
It's like a giant, like, what is it called? A mortar and pestle.
Yeah, but it's
Basically.
really a bucket, and
Yeah.
it is they're making yam glue.
I was going to say too much gluten. They're very glutinous.
There's just glue. They're just
Yeah,
making
they
glue.
are. Like,
And
I could do wallpaper with that.
Yeah, it's paste.
Mm-hmm.
And then they don't put salt. Michael just sweats into the bucket. for
I
some-
know. He's wiping his head. He's flicking it around.
Oh God!
Very
so now
upset.
he's talking to Aunt Lydia,
Mhm.
and he's talking about the facelift, and he said it cost $25,000, and that's 11.5 million lira. So that's their translation.
Right. Which I
Aunt
guess is a
Lydia
lot because they
loses
like
her
flip
mind.
out.
And
yeah.
she's like, "Do you want a baby or a facelift?" He wants to use that money so that they could have their child naturally.
Okay, here's the thing. Even with all that money, she ain't having a baby. That's just how it is. She has led him on very badly.
Okay, but you know what? Who's the moron?
Okay. Unpopular opinion. It's not that I think he's a moron. I just don't think he's as educated about it. He just doesn't understand.
Okay, but Aunt Lydia.
Aunt Lydia should know better. I agree with you. Right.
Okay, well, she also says, Aunt Lydia, that the man controls the money. But here's the thing, Lydia.
Yeah, he doesn't make the money.
He doesn't work.
Yeah.
He doesn't.
He's
live
not
in this-
allowed to work.
Okay, but you still can't control Angela's money. That's a choice that Michael made. Michael chose not to work.
I agree. But I think that he just feels less than because she never consults him about anything. And he has to ask her like when he can pee.
That has been since the beginning of this relationship. And he has accepted it since the beginning. And now all of a sudden he's surprised. Stop.
No, it's not that he's surprised, but he feels like I wish that she would ever include me in a decision. And I can understand that.
Sure, but that's not what she's going to do. All of a sudden, you're expecting a cat to bark.
Right. Ooh, all right. That's
Thank you.
good.
Thank
Yeah.
you so
All
much.
right.
He said that he's very unhappy in this relationship and all they do is fight.
Yeah. I mean, this relationship isn't going to work. He's never going to have what he wants.
All they do is fight. And you know what I do all day? All I do is play Best Fiends.
Same. That's all I do all night.
If you like solving fun puzzles, Best Fiends is for you. There's way more variety and strategy than you'll get from smashing candy round after round.
That's the truth.
In fact, it's almost too much fun.
Yeah. I love playing Best Fiends, Tracey.
I've been
text
playing
each
for
other
a while.
about it.
I know. I've been playing for a while and I'm telling you, I can't stop, won't stop.
I know.
Well, Best Fiends has literally thousands of levels to solve. And
Mhm.
oh my God, I am getting up there. I'll tell you.
There's always a new level to play.
There really is. And they have the most adorable collectible characters and they just keep coming. And I like to choose my favorites. They're like little bugs. They're so cute.
They are very cute.
I really love Best Fiends. Download the 5-star rated puzzle game Best Fiends free today on the App Store or Google Play. That's friends without the R. Best Fiends.
Perfect. Like us.
Speaking of fiends, let's talk about Libby and Andre.
I really like watching them.
You know why you like watching them?
Why?
Because you like the Real Housewives.
That's exactly why I like
Yep.
watching them. Like I would watch a spinoff of just this, the family.
This is
Libby.
the I was
I
just
would
going to
love.
say that.
Yep.
Okay. So Andre can't work because Chuck's kids are just terrible to him.
Okay. I mean, but you knew this was going to happen.
All right. So Andre, I love
Mhm.
him. I love him because he
Me
goes
too.
to Chuck and he fakes that he's going to be deported and threatens to take Libby and Ellie.
But this is what you would have told me to do in the
Yes,
situation.
100%.
Yep. Cry about it.
So he goes to Chuck and Chuck he said that he's going to ask Chuck to work with him directly. And he said he's one step closer to the $100,000 loan.
But here's the thing. This is the only thing that gets me. From the beginning, didn't he want to just work with Chuck? Like
He
what?
wants the money. He just wants the money.
I know, but he knew this was going to happen. So he's like, I just want to work with Chuck. And everybody was like, no, you have to work with all of us.
Yeah, because it's a family business,
Right.
family.
Okay. SMD. And isn't there
Seriously.
more siblings? I feel like there's like 7 of them. There's a
Oh, I
bunch
don't
of
know.
them. Yeah.
Well, they charter a day on the yacht and oh God, Jen and Becky are so nasty. They're like, you guys are always late. Noelle, they looked
Yeah.
so trashy on this yacht.
Everyone looks gross, but Becky has bad energy. She's very mean.
They're both not great.
But I feel like Jen is a little nicer to Andre.
Ugh.
Also, Libby has really, really committed to Andre. She cannot say it. Andre.
I know. But listen, the outfits that these girls are wearing, and
I
even
know.
Charlie with the freaking sweater, like
I
he's
know. It was a lot.
it's almost like this is what it's like. So in comedy, right? A lot of comedians, like they film like little sketches and stuff,
Sure.
right? And they do it independently.
Mhm.
And, people post on Facebook like, hey, if anyone is around today, I really want to do a scene where we're all on the subway. So if you could just dress like you're going to work and, it's not paid, but, I'll give you pizza afterwards.
Right.
It looks like a comedian was like, hey guys, we're going to all pretend to be on a yacht today.
Oh, that is true.
If everyone
Especially
could wear,
Charlie.
yes, if everyone could wear their best yachting clothes. It's like
Right.
you guys are poor people on a yacht. That's what you look like.
Right. But the thing is, they think that they're real rich. Like
No,
they're
I
living
know.
the high life.
They're not there. Listen, if you were real rich, you wouldn't be chartering the yacht.
Right. You would own the yacht.
Well,
Mhm.
Jen said that, oh, this is the American dream.
Okay, that made me mad. You're a bitch.
Nasty. So,
Mhm.
all right. Pappy is going to be, he's going to be turning 800.
Right. Mhm.
And they, Chuck wants them to all to go to Maryland for a family reunion during a pandemic in an RV to go kill Pappy.
So here's the thing, right? They've all quarantined, so they're going to travel together. But what about the other people there?
Yeah, but Pappy can't contract COVID unless they bring it to him from Florida, the land
Okay,
of the
he
free.
needs the Floridian COVID.
Yes.
Okay, just checking. Mhm.
So now Jen's like, we're going to be in an RV. We don't even like each other. We hate Andre. Oh,
Right,
Jen.
you guys like each other. You just hate Andre for literally no reason.
She's like,
It's
and
fine.
Charlie hates Andre. So why would we?
But also, listen, I get Andre was like an asshole before. Not that he's not a jerk now, but like he's really not doing anything. They're the mean ones.
Yeah, but
now.
aren't we pretending that we're all getting along? What's happening here?
I don't know.
All right. Well, Charlie starts problems now. He said that Andre takes
Uh-huh.
advantage. And Libby said, why are
Mhm.
you ganging up on my husband?
Uh-huh.
Okay, but
and then
Libby,
now
like, you
everyone's
play
mad.
two
You're a
sides.
jealous bitch.
Becky
Right.
said that he's a manipulator, and then she calls Libby a two-faced. Then they fake fight like they are housewives.
Okay, so Libby is two-faced, and you have actually said this way before I realized it.
Mhm.
She is not a teammate of
Nope.
Andre's.
Nope.
And she does. She plays
Plays
her
both
family to
sides.
hate him and plays him against her
Yup.
family. You are right.
They're trying
Mhm.
to get a spin-off with the scene. I'm telling
Do it.
you.
I want to watch it.
Well, then, oh my God. She goes, stop crying, baby. You're always who's this? Charlie that said it?
I thought it was
maybe
Becky.
Becky says, stop
Yeah.
crying, baby. You're always gonna
They're
cry.
always
and
crying.
And daddy's always gonna comfort you.
Yep.
Now they throw drinks at each other.
She threw it at Becky's feet, though. Like that
Okay,
wasn't real.
But also, is someone gonna go overboard, or am I gonna stop watching this?
Okay, so Becky backs up, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, she's gonna flip overboard.
I know. I really wanted someone to go overboard. Is that mean?
No, they would have had my full attention then.
Well, Libby said something really funny. Libby said that Becky's fake rich
I mean,
and has no money.
right, and she's like, go with your fake, your rich husband.
Okay, but also
Okay,
Chuck goes, I'll get rid of the family business. Okay, Chuck. Also,
okay, slumlord.
why can't it just be your company? Why is it the family business?
Sure.
Why can't it just be your company that your kids happen to work at? He says, I'll get rid of the family business. That's the equivalent of saying, like, I'll burn the house down and kill us all. I don't care.
I like that solution
I do too.
sometimes, though. Yeah.
All right. Well, speaking of burning the house down, let's go over to Jovi, Hovi, Yovi, and Yara. There's a hurricane coming to New Orleans.
Yeah, and he's to leave. How scary.
So he wants her to go to his mom's.
I would.
So Gwen comes to get her.
Mm-hmm.
And Yara said, she hates being dependent, but here we are.
I understand, but I think the help is great because I think Gwen is so
Okay.
hands-on.
Yes.
Mhm.
So she also, Yara says that she has the most expensive hairdryer in the world.
Mm.
And so does Noelle.
Yes, Tracey got this for me.
You're a
Yes.
very good girl. That's why I got it from you. But here's the thing. He's scared that they're going to fight.
Right. I don't think they're going to fight. I think that he knows that Gwen can be a little overbearing and he knows.
I think they get along very well.
So do I. But Yara, I'm not throwing stones. I'm not a mom, but she seems to be a little overbearing. Like she doesn't want anybody to touch the baby, really.
Sure, but I think they get along fine. I think it's just they figure it out. They're just in the house all day together. So I think it's fine.
I think that you get cabin fever being in
Sure.
the house all day together, too. Mhm.
Now, let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Jovi is so smart, right? He didn't know
Uh-huh.
that breastfeeding was legal.
Uh-huh.
He also said that the baby's really small and can't see well.
Like, I don't even know if she'll recognize me when I get back. I don't
She
know.
can't see well.
She can't see well.
Shut up.
But here's the thing. He tries. I like him.
He thinks that he knows what he's talking about. All right. Well, moving
Well,
on.
he has a smart person job.
He does.
He
and
does.
That scares me.
Yeah. So
Thank God aquatic robotics doesn't affect me directly in any way.
Aquatic robotics.
You like that?
Very good.
Yeah.
You're very good today. Very good wordplay.
Vocabulary-ish.
Yeah, you are very vocabulary. You're a vocabularian.
That's right. That's what I graduated with.
Mhm.
I was the vocabularian of my class.
Did you make a speech?
I made the vocabularian speech. I just
Very
said
good.
all the words that I know.
You just kept saying them, just chanting the words.
I
Okay.
did.
Very good.
Brandon and Julia.
Don't like them. Don't need them.
So you're going to tell me they got this letter from immigration. They got the mail in the morning and they opened it at night in the dark.
Right. Like they waited specifically for Betty and Ron and Simba.
All right. Okay. I got to tell you, she loves that dog and that dog loves her. It's so cute.
But that would be that's what would keep me on the farm forever.
That's what she says.
is
That's her
that
best
dog.
friend.
Mm-hmm.
So she got her temporary work card. And Betty and Ron are like, oh, Ron's going to be 70. So we should have another wedding for you. What?
What does one have to do with the other?
She's like, we could have a combination 70th birthday and wedding. And they were
But
like,
also they're not
"Oh."
interested.
No, I don't want to do that. She's like, all right, we'll just do a toast, wink, and we will try to respect your wishes.
But why are they so against like a toast? I don't think there's anything wrong with that because they feel
Okay,
like
but why is that?
everyone's together.
But why is that even a discussion? Then just do a toast.
Right. Well, I guess they want to make sure they're comfortable with it. I don't
Just
know.
do a toast. You could just do a
Yeah.
toast. You could just say, and here's to my kids that just got married. That's it.
I think it's so weird to have a joint party. It's so weird to me.
Yeah, but why? You never had a bar mitzvah wedding?
I mean, I would want
saying.
one.
Just saying.
Yeah, you're right.
I had a retirement graduation. No, I'm kidding. Let's talk about Kaylani and Asuelu.
Okay.
He totaled the car.
Okay. Another question. You are more versed in this than I am.
Yes.
I feel like there wasn't that much damage on the car. That's a total.
Okay, so a total means that there's more. The cost of fixing the car is more than the car is worth.
Okay, because when I hear total, I feel like
It's
remember like
crushed in a
what
little
like
ball.
Princess Diana's car looked like, right? Like that's what I'm thinking.
I think she
like
totaled
it's
the
a
car, yeah.
square. Uh-huh.
No, total just means that there's. So it must have not been a very expensive
Not been
car.
worth that
Yeah,
much
so
money.
that's
Okay.
what it means. So Kaylani said that she wanted to get a divorce, but then he called with the accident,
Right.
and she's like, if it was just a few seconds different, she was probably like, he would have been dead, and we all would have been free.
Right. My life would have been for the better. But now she's saying she realized she can't live without him.
Yeah, well, she can. And also, someone ran
Yeah.
a stop sign and tried to kill
Mhm.
him. And that someone might have been Lowe, because I don't know if you remember last week's episode when the lawyer said that he has to die for him to get out of this contract.
That's true. So maybe Lo is doing the Lord's work.
Oh my God. So now they go mini golfing with the kids. And Asuelo wants to do something romantic. He wants to get a getaway. He wants to go on a getaway with Bubbles.
Okay. Question. I have a
Mm.
lot of questions today.
Okay.
The kids, they
Yeah.
have different names now.
Oh, do they? They have house names?
She called them Judo and Artie.
Oh, come on.
She called them Judo and Artie. And I'm like, calls one Judo and then she calls the other Artie. And I'm like, house names.
That
This
sounds like
really
two
is a
guys that
thing.
work at the body shop.
Judo and Artie. Yeah, I think my mechanic's name is Artie. Right. Not like a 2-year-old kid. It's so funny.
Maybe that's what she meant. She meant the cars at Judo and Artie's.
Yeah.
Judo and Artie's auto body repair.
Judo and Artie's chop shop.
So now he wants to have a getaway with Bubbles, and they're gonna cuddle with blood and bones.
I mean, all right. I think he means like he wants, I don't know. He wants to do the
Flesh.
sex.
Yes.
Yeah. Flesh on
Well,
flesh.
she said that she has to breastfeed all night long, so she's gonna bring her mom and her kids on this romantic getaway.
Meaning she doesn't want to be alone with him. Because can't you just pump? Isn't this the thing? Can't you pump
She
for
could
the
pump.
weekend?
Of course, she could pump.
Yeah.
Also, you're bringing your mom and your kids. Now it's just a family vacation.
But also,
Also, you're
again,
gonna breastfeed all night.
also, I saw your kids eat Samoan pancakes. I saw them. So like,
Maybe it's just breast milk pancake. Maybe
So
it's
they're
Samoan
only allowed
pancakes
to
or
have-
breast milk.
but can't they have a pancake at night?
Right, like they're not going to starve.
Right. They're not just solely drinking breast milk.
Yeah, I mean, one of the kids is like 8.
She doesn't want to be alone with him.
Yeah, she does
That's
it.
what it is.
I know. Oh my god,
I
so
would prefer a Samoan pancake over breast milk.
I would too, but I would also bring my mom and kids if Asuelo said to me that he wants to go to the hotel and eat some pussycat.
Right. Well, if Asuelo told me he wanted to be blood on blood with me, sure.
Blood
I
and
would say
bones.
mom
I'd be like, you
has
want to
to
do
come.
what with me? Blood and bones? All right, my mom's coming.
Yeah,
my mom's coming
has
and I'm
to
calling
come.
the police. That's what I'm doing.
My mom actually said I'm not allowed to
Yeah,
come.
she said I'm not allowed to come. And also the police are here and they want to talk to you real quick. That's what happens. This has been an amazing episode. I was very entertained by this, and I hope that next week is
too.
great too. Don't forget to check out Catfish Trash Talk, Teen Mom Trash Talk, and make sure you join our groups on Facebook if you want to talk about the show or the podcast, anything you want to talk about. Go over to the Facebook group, 90 Day Fiance Trash Talk Podcast on Facebook. We're having a great time in there. Join our Patreon at patreon.com/Trash Talk Podcast and follow us at Trixie Tuzini and Noe Girl on Instagram, Twitter, and Stereo. And the podcast is at 90 Day Podcast on Instagram and Twitter. And we absolutely love you. And we'll see you next week.
And tell a friend, but only one.
Tell one friend. That is your job this week, to tell one friend. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Please drive up.
Okay.